speaking about chaos and the matrix we are living in. It was only recently when I fully understood the chaos theory and how it related to the matrix we live in. Yes, we live in a matrix. And if your spiritual eyes have opened, you will realize that the matrix is a mathematical construct that was made to look real when it is not. What is real is God and consciousness. This confirmation came to me in 2014 during a trip to a remote part of Pakistan in the desert when I had momentarily stepped out of the matrix. That momentary stepping out revealed a part of myself I kept suppressed for years. I had absolute courage, fearlessness, and confidence. I was also shining so bright and fully in the present. I felt spectacular. It was a joyful experience. I felt super creative. I felt unstoppable. What a feeling. A feeling I relished so much that I wanted to be like that every day. Now let me dive into the chaos theory. Here is some theory. Chaos theory explores systems that appear random or unpredictable, even though they follow precise underlying rules. Essentially, it shows how complex behavior can arise from simple laws. Looking at the weather systems, for instance, they follow physical equations, yet tiny differences in temperature or air pressure can completely change future forecasts. Now, this is the real beauty. A very small shift at the beginning can grow over time into a major difference in outcome. This sensitivity to initial conditions is what is referred to as the butterfly effect. Imagine a tiny, delicate butterfly. It flops its wings, yet it could eventually influence the formation of a distant storm. This sounds totally bizarre and absurd. The thought that something so small, so fragile could do that. In this theory, this butterfly does not cause the storm directly, but the tiny disturbance can amplify through a highly sensitive system. This is what it means in practical terms. Chaos theory explains why long-term prediction is difficult in systems like weather and finance, ecosystems, and even population human dynamics. Basically, the matrix we live in. Because of this, we can never measure initial conditions with absolute precision, which makes it hard to predict what the outcome will be. Sounds vaguely familiar? Your life? Chaos does not mean complete randomness. Chaotic systems follow fixed laws, but their outcomes are extremely sensitive to small changes. Remember, chaos, unpredictably, and order come together. So imagine that your state of being and your thoughts have become highly interconnected. Body, mind, soul, spirit. I remember receiving a message for myself from another messenger. You were like a magnifying glass. The magnification. The small effects can grow exponentially over time. You may face extremes in the outcomes of your life, good and bad. Testimony of what I had to go through. However, once we understood and mastered the chaos matrix that we live in, we will be able to prevent or take control of the negative feedback. The butterfly effect would become the beautiful effect, because what is good becomes magnified, amplified. Look at the world as it is now. The impending war, the truth being revealed through the Epstein files and more. The world deeply interconnected where tiny differences grow into major consequences. Let us be like Neo of the Matrix and to some level glide through this chaos matrix with ease, despite its unpredictability which exists even with strict physical laws. Becoming a master is a lifelong process. And while I am still learning the ropes, I have gone through a lot in understanding it and mastering it. Having lived in 4 different continents, spent many months in isolation, lived like a nomad, at some time went deep into the corporate world, and I managed to launch some of the most challenging and complex projects, such as the Through the Golden Door eco-societies, which I will share in another video, that I was facing the chaos matrix head-on with an intensity of 12 years. I could have given up and dropped everything and gone back to doing what was easy and much less under the radar of the chaos matrix. I invite you to understand and master the chaos matrix. Hence, I have crafted the program after years and years of contemplation, a series of epiphanies and mastery development within myself. An educational and immersive workshop delivered online that will equip you with a deep understanding and practice of the 5 soul codes to master, to become immune to the chaos, or in other words, the false matrix. I will cover these 5 areas: the sovereign observation, the weaver of timelines, the anchoring and the pivoting, and mastering the 0 point, and the harbinger of grace. These are the 5. And yes, spiritual physics as well as advanced meditation techniques will be included. You can register for this program on tahiraamirkhan.com, and it starts on the 14th, 15th of March, this weekend. I invite you to register quickly so that you become master of the 5 soul codes and will make you master weaver of your life. Weave a positive timeline of peace into your life despite all what is going around us, instead of being trapped in the chaos matrix. I'll see you there.